morning. 200.8. That is phenomenal.
So, fuck, I could go jump rope. We could break 200 right now.
Exactly. Take your shorts off. You can break 200. Cut your hair. Awesome.
200.8, Greg.
Right on par.
Brett, jump on the scale real quick. I want to weigh less than you for once.
I just weighed myself a minute ago, and I don't think I lost a few pounds of sweat.
Oh, you did?
Unless you just weighed 180. Sorry.
1 pound.
I can rehydrate.
1 pound.
I can rehydrate
Exactly,
and make
1
me feel
pound.
better.
Well, you know, I've been very lucky actually. You know, I've had a lot of bumps and bruises, couple broken orbitals, couple hundred stitches in my face altogether. But you know, I've never actually had a surgery, so I've never broken an arm or a leg. I remember I went in the doctor to get my shoulder MRI a couple years ago, and the doctor goes, "Well, your shoulder's okay, but you got a broken scapula." I had no idea. So, you know, it's just, it's more with this sport, you don't necessarily get seriously bad injuries as much as bumps and bruises and, you know, little cuts here and there. And I've had my share of those. I'm generally limping around, or I got a sore hand, or my stiff neck, you know, it's just, but you know, I write that off as, you know, that's part of the game. You got to pay to play. And, you know, I could do a lot of great things because of the sport, and sometimes you got to pay the piper as well, which means, you know, you're going to get punched in the face, and you're going to get a fat lip or a black eye.
Where does even fight anywhere he
Well, my last fight was Brian Stan, and I fought him at MGM. Brian Stan's a tough kid, you know, and you know, I'm just gonna say, you know, I didn't, you know, I made some mistakes. I think I cut a little too much weight, and I probably shouldn't ate all that candy the night before the fight, because I ended up getting a little sick. And nonetheless, he went out and fought an amazing fight, and you know, he got the victory in that one pretty decisively. But the fact is, you know, I've won them and I've lost them, and you know, that's the way it goes. You know, you learn from your mistakes and you move on. And you know, I think that I'm glad that I had the Brian Stan fight. I'm glad, you know, that the outcome, because you know, that is what's furthering me as a martial artist. My view as a martial artist is win, lose, or draw. You know, you take your fight, you go back, you analyze it, you say what worked well and what didn't work, and then you improve on those things. You know, we're constantly improving, and you know, I got to thank Brian Stan, because he taught me some valuable lessons. I said this before, I'll say it again though. There's nothing more motivating than the fear of a coma. So, you know, Vanderlei's a tough guy. He's not a guy to be taken lightly. And honestly, for me, that's a great thing. That means I'm in shape. I'm a little more scared for Vanderlei than I have been for other fights, and makes me train a little harder, makes me really watch my diet a little harder, makes me pay attention a little bit more, you know, and I think it's great. It's great for me that I'm fighting Vanderlei Silva, one of the toughest guys in the world, because, you know, I'm motivated, I'm dedicated, and you know, I think that because of that, you know, come fight night, you're going to see the best Chris Leben you've ever seen.
Yeah, just like that. Good. Yeah, just be there with a little pressure. 3 more. Just got 3 more, Chris. Put your head on the other side this time. Go ahead.
The biggest difference between me when I fought Brian Stan and me when fighting Vanderlei Silva, I think, is mainly discipline. You know, obviously I had a great skill set coming into Brian Stand, but you know, I lacked some of my discipline outside the gym. You know, some of my eating habits and some other things. Just I just didn't do quite right. And again, you know, Brian Stand, you know, any given Sunday he fought a fantastic fight. You know, doesn't mean I'm not a tough guy. So, you know, this fight, you know, we've changed some things. You know, we've definitely tightened some things up. You know, I'm definitely coming in leaner, coming in, you know, a good 5 pounds lighter than I was last time, and that shows both that I'm working harder on my diet and also my conditioning in the gym. Well, if I want to promote MMA to young people, I think the person to talk to probably wouldn't be them, probably be their parents. And I'd probably tell their parents that, you know, hey, you know, your kid that wants to train, you know, don't think that it's going to turn them into a bully, because every kid that's coming to my gym, you know, as soon as they get in here, they learn a little discipline, and guess what? They gain a little self-respect, and they start to realize that, you know what, maybe they are a tough guy. And once you realize you're a tough guy, you don't need to prove it every time somebody says something to you. Every single kid that's come through my gym that's had you know, trouble with discipline, MMA has made them better, do better in school, and get in less fights. So that's probably what I would tell their parents. You know, don't hold them back because they're getting in fights. Don't think that it's just going to make them a bigger bully, because it's not. It's going to teach them discipline, and it's going to teach them self-respect.
Three words. You can say whatever you want.
3 words. If I could say 3 words, whatever I want. Call your mom.